This is an Overwatch emergency. Kiriko does not have a skin in the new Persona collab. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the channel. All right, we've got a few things to cover in this video. So we're going to take a look at these Persona skins, and then we're going to take a look at a dev blog because they're talking everything Tracer in Stadium. And this actually looks really interesting because they show you how they could sort of build the archetypes. One of them is Tanky Tracer. Now, if you remember a video from literally 10 years ago that I made where I was like, hey, this is Tracer. It was like a gameplay video of Tracer, the first ever, like I played her in one of the betas, the original betas of Overwatch. And I was like, wow, you can almost play her like a tank. And what I meant by that is you could, like, you blink around really fast and you recall and it distracts the enemy. They try and shoot you because back then nobody could aim. And they're wasting fire on you instead of attacking, you know, your actual tanks and whatever. I think they might be doing that to Tracer, giving her like a type of recall tanky build. Anyway, whatever. Let's talk about the Persona skins because these... well, they look very Persona 5, I'll say that. I think they may suffer from, I guess, what the One Punch Man skin sets suffered from, where it's like they are basic by design, but that's kind of how they have to be. So, let's take a look at this, right? This is the splash art or the key art for all of the skins. So, we've got Wu Yang as Joker. Again, I think this looks pretty good, and we're going to sort of take a closer look at each individual skin in a second. We've also got Life Weaver as Fox, we've got Genji as Skull, and we've got Diva as Queen. Now, let me know in the comments below whether you think there could have been different characters that may have suited these. It'd be interesting to know. But I also know people have already been talking, because I've put out a few shorts about an hour ago or so to show off the skins, and people are sort of saying maybe some other characters should have been used. Anyway, let's take a closer look at these skins. All right, then, let's take a look at these skins in detail because Blizzard have released some high-resolution screenshots here, and they look really good. Like, the detail of these skins is way better than the concept art would kind of lead on. If you guys see my earlier shorts that I put out, or maybe on TikTok or Instagram, we didn't have these pictures then, so it's kind of hard to show them off. But this, okay, they look really good. So Wu Yang looks great. I mean, this actually looks really good as a skin, honestly. I mean... I don't really know what to say. It just looks good. I mean, I don't think anyone will disagree with that. The next skin I'm going to show you, though. So, you know how I said they didn't give Kiriko a skin? I think we know why they didn't. And you know what we said about high attach rate heroes with... or maybe I'm about to say that in the video. I don't know. I'm so confused because I'm just going with it. This is mental. There is the Mercy skin. Yes. Mercy in red latex. Yeah. Oh, Blizz. Oh, Blizz. This is Genji. This is my favorite skin of the lot, I think. Look at his weapon. It's a pipe. It looks really good. I think that'll be cool, that skin. I mean, again, you let me know in the comments below what you think. I mean, I think the Mercy one is going to do a lot of damage. And here's the Diva Queen skin. Now, the mech looks really funky on this. Look at the head in the mech. Look at that. That's really funky. Again, this looks fine. They look fine. They look fine. I mean, if they're fine, I think they're fine. I mean, if you guys can think of other characters that would better suit the Persona cast, then, you know, let me know in the comments below. Maybe we can have a bit of a discussion, a heated discussion about that. But I think, yeah, it's pretty good. And then Life Weaver. This one, again, looks very detailed. I actually really like what they've done to the petals. They look pretty good. But yeah, again, pretty good skins. Now, these skins are all super high res, super high detail, and I think they all look really good. But I guess I'll leave you with this. Yeah, it's just showing you the Mercy one again. Leave your comments below. Well, like, what are Blizzard doing? Certain characters in the game literally have not had skins for ages. Like, Batiste hasn't had a skin for a long, long time. Now, I know the way Blizzard operate is... you know, they're forced into a hole where they need to make skins for the characters that sell the most skins because that's the way the game's monetized. And I was always worried about this, even going back years ago, because doing these kind of events, there's two parties, right? So you've got the party who wants to do the collaboration, and then you've got Overwatch itself. So in this case, let's just say Persona 5, for argument's sake, is Party A, Party B is Overwatch. Persona 5 want the most sales possible because they're going to get a cut of the revenue. So they want characters that are high attach rate heroes. This just basically means heroes that have basically a lot of people playing and also a lot of people buying from them. Now, obviously, Blizzard have got a ton of stats here and they can probably drill right down. But I hate to say it, I'm just going to say this out loud, but all of the low attach rate heroes, you know, we could name them. You could say Batiste, Venture, the list could go on and on and on. Imagine 4 of those. I don't like, let's say Hammond. Let's put Hammond into that. And even Winston. I don't think Winston's got particularly high playtime. Would this do as well? Yeah. Now, obviously, there'd probably be issues. Would those characters even fit the collaboration and stuff? They've got to take that into account. But I do firmly believe a lot of decisions when it comes to the monetization and especially skin design, and you can see this with a number of skins, like, for example, Juno, Mercy, and Kiriko have received since they've launched. It's quite obvious that they are selling a lot of skins. And yeah, it's just an issue I've got with it shoehorns development, especially of cosmetics, in a certain direction, and it's not fair because they will not spread it out equally across all the heroes. Because certain heroes simply sell more, so they end up with more content. All right, I want to take a look at this dev blog because this is really interesting, right? This is Tracer being added to Stadium. And actually, before I go further into this, again, I want you guys to comment below. Do you think Stadium needs all of the heroes from the core game modes in it? I actually think Stadium might be better if it doesn't ever have all of the heroes. Now, that's a really controversial thing to say because I know people are going to be like, well, my hero's not even in Stadium, so I don't even play it, right? And I guess that's going to be an issue. But I don't know. I feel like if they had tons of heroes in Stadium, it might make it less Stadium. I don't know. Anyway, what they're saying here is this is a dev blog from Konaku, who is on the Stadium team. And he's basically breaking down how they added Tracer to the mode. Building a hero. Before getting into some of the specifics of Tracer's arrival, here's a quick rundown of how we approach Stadium heroes. Stadium is a team game, even when it comes to doing our jobs. Bringing a hero to the roster involves tons of Team 4 squads, like the art team, sound department, system designers, and VFX. When adding any hero to Stadium, we don't just jump directly into coding flashy effects or wild powers right away. The process of bringing any character from the core game into Stadium starts out on paper. Our game designers map out what we call archetypes to guide them through the process of developing builds for each hero. If we're planning around a damage hero, for example, we might plan one archetype that gives them a tanky, durable feel, and another that makes them more supportive and lighter on their feet. And the Tracer graphic says dash punch combo, AP mini pulse bombs, weapon good timing pays, recall tank, and support Tracer. Now, they say these are the early archetype concepts for Tracer in Stadium. They then go on to say, this ensures we're not inadvertently putting all of our proverbial eggs in a basket full of powers and items that overlap or contradict with one another. From there, we fill out specifics and pitch our initial ideas to the team. Once the prototypes for a hero and their Stadium-specific stats, powers, and items are ready, we get to the real fun initial playtesting. The Stadium team playtests a lot, but at this stage, it's crucial for us to involve a variety of folks in the Overwatch team to see how a hero feels in the hands of different players. For example, we don't want only Tracer enthusiasts testing her Stadium build. We wanted testers who didn't have much experience playing her to join up as well. We aim to create builds that let experienced Tracer players shine, but also try to find options that would excite players who don't normally play Tracer in the hopes they'll still feel more impactful within a match. We then iterate based on feedback and head to the next stage, calling in the co-worker cavalry. Visual clarity and gameplay language is extremely important in any PvP experience, so we have to carefully balance our love of flashy abilities with the greater good of Stadium intelligibility. For Stadium specifically. We also spend a lot of time creating clear and concise tooltips so you can understand powers and abilities during the armory phase and beyond. Once everything gets tuned up, we invite even more team members of Team 4 to playtest the next set of heroes coming to Stadium. Getting to farm our co-workers for the greater good is fun, but their feedback is vitally important so we can fix up pain points, spot early bugs, and get everything ready to send out to you. So, I mean, that's all fine, right? That's what you would expect in terms of testing. You're not just going to have all the best players of the best hero or who are the best with whatever hero is being added, in this case Tracer, just playing against each other because their builds or their ideas or their feedback is going to be more high-end. When obviously you need to have everything available for most people of all different skill levels or build different ways of playing the heroes. Like, obviously, Tracer is super twitch aim, super fast. Like, Tracer is the highest skill cap hero in the game. Got no doubt in my mind about that because it's just literally infinite with Tracer. There's so much to learn as well. You have to do so many things. So that is a lot of input. But imagine if you had a support Tracer that was different and somehow could assist her team instead of being like totally focused on aim mechanics. It'd be a completely different way to play the hero, and that would be cool. Same goes for a recall style tank. where Tracer's maybe recalling her team in and out of combat or using recall to heal people. Again, it could be a really interesting way of looking at her because she's really mobile. Getting her into positions and then she can sort of do burst healing in a way would be pretty cool. So I'm sure they're going down that path. And that's what I really like about Stadium. You get a different way of playing the heroes. And it's why I always say it does feel genuinely like Overwatch 2 because you get to play them in a proper environment that isn't just the stupid arcade mode that actually feels fun. In bringing Tracer to Stadium, expanding on her hero fantasy, full of thematic hooks like time bending and confident speed, was a huge priority for us. Tracer can be a lethal damage dealer in the core game, and we had plenty of ideas to embody that playstyle in Stadium, but we also tried to think outside the usual limits of her time-based abilities to make them more supportive for our allies and even more disruptive for enemies. Our push towards creativity led to a few wacky ideas that actually made the cut after extensive playtesting and iteration. One of Tracer's powers, Temporal, is one of those ideas. We thought it would be awesome if Tracer could bring an ally with her when she uses recall, but didn't want to force that option on her team. With this power, an ally can choose to interact with a Tracer created portal to reap the benefits of recall. I mean, that's pretty cool. Obviously, this graphic is like, you know, from the testing environment of Overwatch. It doesn't have any VFX and whatnot, but kind of cool, that is. Oh, actually, it's bullet time. Hang on. That's not the teleport. That's not the recall item. That's bullet time. So it's slowing down projectiles. Whoa, that's actually really... See what I mean? That's really cool. Using time abilities instead of just Tracer's recall. Actually, guess what? She can drop a bubble which slows down projectiles. That's bonkers. Anyway, though you can choose to become a lethal backline assassin with certain powers and upgrades, we built options into Tracer's Stadium kit that allows you to become a speedy and supportive part of your team. Alternate Ending is another power that adds utility, healing up to 75% of the damage enemies within 6 meters have taken in the last 3 seconds. We feel this fits Tracer's lore and tendency to be the last second clutch player in a team needs to avoid certain destruction. In a team that needs to avoid certain whatever. As a bonus, we always try to embed some education into our iterations of heroes, and Tracer is no different. Quantum Clip increases Clip's max ammo and gives weapon lifesteal rewards when you use Blink as you reload. High-level Tracer players already know to blink while reloading, but we want to give newer players an opportunity to learn that skill in Stadium and hopefully take it with them to find even more success in core modes. We hope you have a great time testing the boundaries of Tracer's kit in Stadium, and thanks for reading. So I love this kind of stuff. Like this, when you get to see the way the devs build the game, I love it. It doesn't even matter what game it is. I don't care. I just like seeing behind the scenes. And it's actually really cool to see how to kind of get a bit of info on the process, how they get to, you know, where they get to in terms of new abilities. I really like the idea of this bullet time thing for Tracer. That sounds really good. As for Tracer in Stadium, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm just going to play Soldier into it with the cheesy Soldier tac visor builds, and then I'll never miss her. And then I'll just keep killing her. Although I do prefer the Helix rocket builds. Although I don't know what gameplay I've put in the background of this video for your wonderful entertainment. It could possibly be me being cheesy with a tac visor. I ain't sure. All right, guys, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. I think it's cool. I think the Persona stuff is decent as well. But yeah, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. And what hero would you like to see get a skin next? And what hero desperately needs skins? Like, come on, Blizz. It ain't all about money at the end of the day, and it should never have been. It's got to be about, you know, you've got to have art, you've got to have gameplay, then make money. Not money, art, gameplay, which I don't think they're like that anymore, just to say. Although they do target certain things, as I've said in this video. Anyway, I'll end the video at that because I'm rambling like a madman. I'll catch you lot on the next video. See you soon.